Holly. Welcome back today. Good to see you. I see clearly you got stuck in the rain.
I did, yes. I got cold and I got wet and I was like, ooh, I need a towel.
You must be freezing.
I feel warmer now, but I was freezing.
It came down out of nowhere.
It did. I was just like, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, and then I'm hearing the thunder and dummy me, I'm not thinking it's going to rain and there it goes raining and I'm like, my window. So I ran in the rain and here I am with a towel.
Well, I'm glad you came because I know it can be really stressful when there's kind of, especially environmental things going on, but I'm glad you showed up because this is only our 5th session together. So I know you were talking about maybe not coming back, but I'm glad you did because I brought all the stuff you'd asked for last week, but we'll get to that later. Why don't you tell me how you're feeling?
Oh man, I'm sad. I'm surprised I got out of bed today. I've just been so depressed and I just don't want to move. I just want to lay there and I'm just like, oh my God. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but this session,
Okay.
I want to come and
Sounds
talk.
tough. Yeah, I'm really glad you came today. I know that had to have been a lot for you to get out of bed today. I've definitely experienced that myself, so I know the effort that takes, so give yourself a pat on the back. That's tough work.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, I'm very glad. How are things going with your husband?
Oh, my husband. He's being very sweet and very romantic, and he's also kind of pushing a little bit for us to try again since since it's at that time marker after the miscarriage. And he
How does that make you feel?
I'm torn. I'm just like,
Okay.
I can't be the wife that he needs, that he wants.
Why's that?
To provide a child, to want to make a kid. I don't.
Now, you do know, Holly, we talked about this, that the doctor said that this wasn't your fault, that when, you have an embryo that's genetically abnormal, they don't make it to full term. They don't make it to 12 weeks. So it's not you. I know that, but I know you haven't said it yourself. Do you think today you maybe can say that?
I guess I should, because I'm not. I hear it from you and my doctor and from my husband, and it's one thing to hear it, but it's like, it's not really going to my brain.
Yeah, it's kind of blocking right here. That's got to be tough to feel.
It is,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just like, I guess, how do I start to, what?
Yeah, I know, it seems like you're stuck, so
I am.
I think today we're going to kind of get there. We'll kind of get to that point a little bit later on. We'll talk about that more, but I think a good start might be, you still haven't told me what happened that day. Do you think we can start there maybe? Being open and honest with what happened that day?
Yeah, I think I am. I'm comfortable with you, so yeah.
Yeah, only if you're ready. You don't have to feel, don't feel obligated if you're not ready.
But I need to try.
Yeah, I think, even, let's just get through what you think you can get through today.
Okay.
Can you start me off with what happened that morning?
Oh, okay. My husband and I, we were, planning on, going to the game, and, Red Sox were playing, and we were super excited.
Big Red Sox fans?
Yeah, big Red Sox fans. Yeah, it was good, and, we got great seats, and, it's good. I'm feeling a little bit happy just talking about this.
Good, I'm glad.
But we were, getting ready and having a good breakfast, and we were probably starting a little too early. But we wanted to meet up with some friends, go out to
eat. What friends?
Friends that are big into the Red Sox, too.
Okay, so you guys have like a group of people then.
Yes.
Awesome, so you have a support group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really good. Well, most of them he went to high school with.
Okay.
So really tight, and I got really friendly with his wives, too. So
awesome.
It was good, yeah. So that day, it was, good seeing everyone, having lunch on the street, and then we get to the stadium and grab some food, and
This is where it gets tough. Take your time.
So we were sitting in our seats, and I, like always, have to piss. And of course, I was pregnant at the time. I always have to pee. And I told my husband, hey, you guys stay here. Don't worry about me. I'm just going to go to the ladies' room. I'll be quick. I usually am. And um, those stairs in the stadium,
Brutal.
yeah, they're really bad. I lost my balance, and plus there was someone selling a hot dog, and then people crossing through, and I fell.
Yeah, that could be scary for you. What was the first thought you had after the fall?
My baby.
Yeah. Did you go to the hospital right away?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to go right away. Because I started. Well, they were concerned about my head too, because I was knocked out, unconscious, and but when I did arrive, like all I could think of was my baby, and they told me that blood coming through my pants, and that's what my husband mentioned when I finally woken up in the hospital bed. I was just like, I automatically knew when he said there was blood that I lost your baby.
That had to have been really tough for you. I can't even imagine. Oh, wow. But I'm glad you finally shared that story with me. It's been 5 weeks and you haven't mentioned it, not once.
I haven't thought about it, like the details, and it's good that I was able to say that.
But Holly, you brought in that paperwork for me from the doctor, and it did say on there that that child was genetically abnormal. So, fall or no fall, this wasn't your fault, This was going to happen. That's what that means, genetically abnormal.
Yeah.
Had you fallen or not fallen, unfortunately, that pregnancy was going to terminate itself. So that way,
Truth of that.
yeah.
Oh.
And I know that that's tough. That's hard. It's hard to process and hear, but we want to look at those things too. This isn't your fault. And even if the baby hadn't been, it's still not your fault. You fell.
No.
You can't stop stuff like that.
No, it was an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing you could have done.
No.
So, well, I think now that you've said those things, I do want to know a little bit about what you're doing at home for you. Because you came in today, you're a lot cheerier than you have been, so I don't want to dwell too much on these sad feelings. Unless you want to talk about it more.
I feel like since I was able to finally talk about my event, that if I can keep pushing, maybe I'll get past this and not be lying on the couch feeling all depressed.
Have you talked at all with your husband since it happened about how things went?
No.
No. Maybe that can be some homework for this week is when you go home, maybe see things from his perspective. Because I haven't met him yet, but this was his loss too.
I didn't really think to ask him. I
Yeah.
guess because me holding, carrying the baby is viewed more as if it's my loss and my loss only. And when he's already on top of making another baby, I'm just thinking maybe he is okay. But you're right, I don't know his perspective.
You might have somebody in this to grieve with you and who understands what you're going through.
I don't know why I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah. If you want, you can bring him in for the next session.
Yeah?
Yeah, and we can talk to him about how he's feeling. It might be nice to see if you guys are on the same page, and if you're not, then why? And how do we get you guys on that same page? Because it sounds like you're scared of maybe pushing forward.
I am, and for him to be okay to have a baby now and to try, and all I keep thinking is, is it going to happen again?
Yeah.
And is it, to me, I feel like it's too soon, and maybe I haven't told him that.
And maybe you can. Whenever you're ready, though. Now, were you guys trying to get pregnant prior to, or was this just like a happy surprise?
Oh, yes, we were, I was off the pill.
Yeah.
I finally got off of it, and we were told that being on the pill for so long, it makes it harder to get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So, for about a year, we were trying like crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. And then to finally be pregnant, and then to lose the baby, oh man, just lost sight on so many things, and I feel like I'm losing sight of my marriage and
Right.
you talking about his other perspective. I feel like an awful wife now.
No, you shouldn't. You're
No.
going through a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't at all feel awful.
No, it's
Sorry,
okay.
there's a big storm going on outside.
Oh,
I don't know what's
yeah,
happening in this office. Didn't mean to change subject, but just ignore that.
Okay. It's cool looking. It's kind of spooky cool, so that's
yeah, it's too
all
bad
right.
it's not Halloween, but
Yeah.
well, so that being said, you said you feel like you're losing lots of yourself, lost your husband. What have you been doing for yourself for self-care?
Right. I do two things. I'll take a walk in the woods. That always helps. Get a little fresh air and smells and hear the birds.
Love when that happens.
Yeah, I can really be in the moment and not think about the past or the future. And I'm good. The other thing I do is I've been trying to paint, and that's been I'm not the best painter, so I guess
That's okay. You don't have to be good to do it. You just have to try. I love that. I love that you're trying. Does it make you happy when you do it, or do you feel less stressed or more relaxed, or how do you feel when you're painting?
I feel really good painting because I feel like there's no necessary criteria to it. It's just paint what you want.
Awesome.
And yeah, I like that.
Awesome. Well, I think you're going to like the activity I've planned for later. But before we get there, since you are, and you had mentioned this last week too, that you weren't sure how to get yourself back, I brought a self-care plan if you wanted to give this a try. Yes. So on this side is my example.
Oh, cool.
It's things that we can do for our body, our mind, and our spirit, the support you have in your life, and what you want to accomplish, okay? So, if you want to try filling out, you don't have to fill out everything.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I can fill it up as much.
No, you don't have to fill out this much as much as I did. I'm excessive. I just wanted to make sure you had a lot of examples. That way, if you get confused, flip it right over, check it out for yourself.
Okay, thank you.
But fill out what you can. If you want, I can put on some music while you fill it out.
Yeah, that sounds
all right.
good.
Do you have a song that might put you in a good mood?
Let's see. I'm just trying to remember Let's see. It's been really putting me in a good calm mode is Tycho.
Tycho? All right, I can look it up.
Tyco.
Tyco. Any song will do?
Any song will do. Bridges is good, but any song
you like Bridges?
Yeah, Bridges is a good one.
And then here's colored pencils, markers.
So I can just draw on that.
You can draw. If you want to do the markers, that's fine.
All right, cool.
And just write what you can in here. And then I have a little art activity after, since you said you like painting.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Tyko?
Yes. Oh no, CO.
CO.
I believe. I could be wrong on that one too.
Guess we'll find out.
So I gotta probably take my meds.
Well, that's very important. I'm glad you brought that up. Maybe this is it. We'll find out, I guess. Is it? I don't know.
Doesn't sound like it.
Well, I guess we'll keep it
Why
on the
not?
background. Why not? Yeah.
Let's see. So, yeah, exercise and sleep. That's why I definitely gotta take the meds so I can sleep.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get your sleep. Those two things will factor in a lot to each other. The meds and the sleep, and then how you feel about yourself and with your sleep.
Yeah. Definitely music. Yeah. Oh wow, it's really cool. Spirit. Reflection. Connections. Human connections would be really good. I feel like I've been a hermit. I don't want to get out of the house.
So you know there's a group support group going on tonight if you have tonight free.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, down at the center. Yeah.
What time does it start at?
6 o'clock, I think.
6 o'clock? Okay. Yeah, I should.
Yeah, that might be nice for the human connections.
Okay, cool. That would be good. Yeah, I have not been socializing that much, and yeah, it would be nice to find people that I can relate to. And,
understand what you're going through.
I mean, I can relate to my husband as well, but yeah, maybe more in that way. I have my husband, that's the support. I have my parents.
That's awesome. Now, do they know what you're going through right now?
They do, and they feel really bad. They feel like it's their fault too.
Really? Why do they feel like that?
Because their genes passed on to mine, so I think they kind of feel like it's their fault that this happens.
Maybe we gotta bring them in today, or not today, but in one of these weeks too. Because, like I said, this is nobody's fault. This could happen to anybody.
Yeah, I don't say it because I don't even think that way. I'm all like, yeah, that's all I'm like, when they say it, that's not my response. And maybe it would help to speak to a professional for them to
Understand.
Yeah.
And to understand how to help you through this time because you're grieving, and as much as it's tough for them, they have to think about what this is like for you. Yeah. But I'm glad you have them as a support.
Yeah.
Do you have any other supports?
Yeah, I do have my brother. And, yeah, he's really good. Yeah. I want to accomplish.
It's a tough one. It's a big one.
Yeah, I haven't.
You don't have to fill it out today if you don't feel comfortable.
Accomplish in the future, or like right now, or
let's keep it to this week. What's something you want to accomplish this week?
Well, maybe try another coping strategy.
I love that idea. Okay. Yeah. Definitely put that in there.
I'm going to put skill because my spelling is horrible.
That is totally fine. All right. So let's check out what you wrote. Can I ask some questions about it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you put for yourself meds and sleep, and we talked a little bit about that one. Now, do you know? Oh my goodness, it's getting wild out there.
Super. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
I'm guessing it's going to rain again.
I mean, as long as it's not humid. Yeah, you're going to have to take that with you on your way out. So outside, so when you're not sleeping, you're not producing enough of the hormones in your brain that you need to, carry on and feel happy properly and to feel, so a lot of people when they lose sleep feel more anxious, more scared. So we need to make sure that you're definitely taking your meds and sleeping. Have you been taking them regularly?
No.
Can I ask why?
I guess I feel like sometimes I'm a waste of space.
Mm-hmm.
Taking this oxygen, and I'm just like, I haven't bothered taking the meds. I'm like,
sounds like you're really struggling with some thoughts of depression here. Have you, I have to ask you, just be honest with each other. Have you had any, suicidal thoughts or ideation? Or just feeling really down?
Just feeling really down. Okay. No, I really, like, no plan, no, like, oh, I'm better off dead. I guess by saying that, kind of sounds like that. I think about it.
No, not at all. That's why I asked, because, sometimes we feel really down, and I don't ever want you to leave here, feeling like I should have asked you more because you're feeling more and you wanted to share. So, if you are having those thoughts, this is an open place to share them, So let's make sure you're getting that sleep, because as much as you're feeling that way, they wouldn't have prescribed you the meds if you weren't worth taking them.
No, I guess I gotta take that trazodone.
Yeah,
okay.
It'll do you a whole lot of good. I bet any money, if you take your meds from now until you see me next week, you're gonna come in here feeling a little bit better.
Okay, so that's one coping skill.
It's one I think that we should try. So I'll see you put music and meditate. Do you currently meditate, or is that just something you want to try?
I want to try that a little bit more.
Okay, so you'll have to let me know if you get to that this week. We won't put it as a goal just yet. We don't want to overload you here. Music is something you like to do for your mind? Yeah. Who's your favorite?
My favorite band is 311.
Okay.
And I listen to a lot of different things. Sometimes classical music.
Nice.
Sometimes I'll even listen to heavy metal and
Wow, all right.
Yeah.
It's a good way to express yourself. I love
It
that.
is.
Definitely
It is.
keep doing that. And then we talked about human connection and all these people who you support or you have for support and what you want to accomplish. So I think this is great. If you want, I'll make you a copy of this. You can take it home, hang it on the fridge, just as a reminder. And then maybe if you notice that you're doing other things, feel free to fill them in during the week. Yeah. You don't have to, but it might be nice because sometimes I think we all forget what we're doing for ourselves they are good. I mean, a lot of people come in here and they tell me, I don't have any self-care. And I say, well, do you shower? And they go, of course, every day. I'm not gross.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's self-care. Even if you shower once a month, that's self-care. Taking care of it at least once a month. So that's really good progress.
And that's a good spot, like hanging up where, where you see the fridge. So
Absolutely.
my husband, he might feel better than I'm really trying. I mean, he knows I come to the sessions to see you, but at least I'm putting more of an effort to fix me.
Yeah, it's definitely needed right now. Especially, so I want to jump back to a little bit. You said that you're feeling really pressured right now to try again. Now, have you expressed that to him at all?
I haven't.
No.
I go with it. And
no, so do you tell him you're excited to try again, or you just kind of don't talk about it at all?
I don't talk about it at all.
Okay. So when was the last time he brought that up to you?
He brought it up probably about today's Monday. He brought it up yesterday morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to try again, and I was just kind of like, oh, I have my period. So nothing happened, and we just left it at that. And expressing how I feel about trying, how I think it's too soon because I lost our kid. I lost.
Yeah, that's really tough. So you've just kind of been a little nervous to approach that subject, it sounds like?
Yeah, I'm trying to avoiding.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I'd probably avoid it at first too, but that's why you're here, because we're going to try to figure out maybe how we can approach that subject. And if we're not ready to approach it, that's okay too. I mean, we got to just take this one day, 1 week at a time. 1 week at a time when you're here, 1 day at a time when you're home. So the other thing I thought we could try today, because you were talking a little bit about art. Last week you were talking about how you maybe want to leave some stuff in the past and kind of focus on the future. So I found a little activity I thought we could do. Are you interested?
Yeah.
All right. So this also might be really good for your husband to see.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is you're going to trace your hands, both hands, one at a time. Mm-hmm. Let me know if you need help, because I know you only are dominant in one,
Probably
but
will.
do your best. So you're going to fill in one hand, whichever it may be, with what it is that you currently are holding and maybe want to get rid of, whether that be feelings, physical things, whether that be people, household items, maybe names. I know we talked a little bit about names. You haven't shared them with me. You said you weren't ready, but feel free to put that here. And you don't have to, but feel free. And then on the other side, in your other hand, I want you to draw what you want to obtain. Whether that be, again, feelings, people, places, items, anything.
Joy.
Yeah, joy. I think that's a great idea. So I want you to do this whatever way you want to. Fill it out to the best that you want. We can put some more music on so you don't feel obligated to have to talk or anything. And then when we're done, we're going to talk about it, okay? I want you to, I'm not going to look. Feel free to chat while you're drawing if you want, but I'm not going to look.
All right, I should be able to do left.
Do you mind if I put Bruno Mars on?
No, go ahead.
All right. He gets me in a good mood, so I think since we're trying to get you to a good place, let's put on some upbeat songs. We'll just do it real low.
I feel like I had done this when I was a kid.
I know, we're not making hand turkeys today,
no.
So every time I bring this one out, that's what everybody asks. Are we doing hand turkeys? I'm like, not today. It's not quite Thanksgiving, but around Thanksgiving, maybe we can do it again. We can do what you're thankful for in each finger, just like when we were kids.
I'm definitely going to need your help on this.
All right, no problem.
I'm not Should I go this
Whatever
way?
choice, it's yours.
Let's go.
Ooh, I like this juxtaposition you're choosing here. Thank you for being so open to trying this.
Thanks for the idea. This is, one to let go and
One to obtain. So what we're currently, we're just going to
no.
move you over.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, it's what we're currently holding on to. Oh, I can't wait to see what you do with this. It's going to look awesome.
Okay.
While you fill that out, do you mind if I just take some notes over here?
Yeah,
From some stuff we talked about today?
Yep. Sounds good. All right. Every time I hear this song, I always think of all those. I saw a bunch of YouTube videos with like firefighters and like cops like dance to this, and I'm like,
I've never seen those. Whenever I hear
No.
this one, I think of you watch that show Stranger Things.
I have yes.
There's when they did the Oscars, I think it was, like their first year after Stranger Things came out. All the Stranger Things kids sang this.
Oh,
Yeah,
did?
It was really cute. You'll have to look it up when you go
I have
home.
to look at that.
Yeah, it was really cute. So every time I hear this, I just think of them singing that it was like they made it instead of like Uptown Funk, they sang it about the Oscars. Like they replaced the words.
With it.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
that
really
makes
cute.
sense. That's cool. Yeah, that was a good show.
It was a very good show. You watch a lot of Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a coping skill. There's
Yes.
nothing wrong with taking some me time to lay down and watch some TV.
Okay, I felt a little guilty. I'm watching.
We
like
definitely
crazy.
have to think about our priorities too and what we gotta get done around the house. But there's nothing wrong with taking me time for that. Thinking?
Yeah.
It's okay to go back and forth between the two.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into that.
Yeah, take your time.
I'm having a hard time on the letting go part.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, still fairly new what you went through. So even though you told me you were ready, like, oh, there might be some stuff you're not ready for yet. And maybe once we start talking, we might think of some things you're ready to.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that hand alone then, and then
Okay.
see how it goes.
Okay, take all the time you need.
I think yeah. Should I also have coping strategies on my?
I think that'd be great. Maybe some coping strategies. Why don't you, this is a big task, why don't you write some coping strategies you've been using and aren't working in your let go hand, and maybe some coping strategies you want to give a try.
Yeah.
You think you can do that?
Well, went back to smoking cigarettes, so that's
All right.
one
That's
coping.
a really good one that you can maybe let go of.
Yeah, I really should get back on that Chantix.
Yeah. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Especially if we're trying eventually, I can't have that.
Yeah. And does your husband know that you've been doing it? No.
Well, he doesn't say anything. I know he tastes it.
Yeah,
He's
he's not silly.
He's not dumb.
He wasn't born yesterday.
No.
I'm glad you're at least self-aware of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But maybe we can talk about some ways that we can handle that. Maybe be open and honest with him. Maybe if you want to hang this up.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then maybe it's kind of
an
an unspoken.
Oh, why did I write it?
No, it's okay. I don't think he'd be mad. I think this is going to help him understand a lot. And what's one coping skill you might want to try?
Meditate.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I think that's
so wrote
great.
it down. Yeah. That would be good. Be nice if I could go in the woods and just meditate.
Ooh, do you have the woods by your house?
Yes.
Yeah? Maybe give it a try. Definitely let someone know where you're going, though.
Yes.
For safety purposes.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't want to ever travel out into the woods and let anyone know where you are.
I mean, it's our woods, but still, being in the middle of the woods should let someone know about that. It's key. Thinking, I'm in my woods, and it doesn't matter.
It's safe, but, we just don't want to risk it. Did you ever hear that story about the guy out in Colorado? He always went hiking, like, by himself. So he decided to drive all the way to Utah, go hiking, and then he got caught in a boulder. And all he thought, he was stuck there for, I think there's a movie with one of the Franco brothers called, 132 Hours.
Yes.
Yeah, the whole time he says, all I kept thinking is, why didn't I tell somebody? So you don't want to end caught up in a tree thinking, I should have just told somebody. Thought it was a good idea to climb that tree and meditate. Now here we are.
Yeah, I definitely don't want that to happen. I saw a preview for that movie, but I didn't. That's what it was about. So he drove out to Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. He was regretting not telling anyone. So,
did he survive, or should you not?
Well, I won't spoil it.
Okay.
You have to watch it. Maybe that's something you and your husband can do together this week. Is he into that kind of stuff?
Yeah, he does like that. Yeah.
All right. Maybe you can talk to him about it.
Is it adventurous too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I totally like.
It's a little bit of like a thriller.
Ah, even better.
Yeah. Perfect. Psychological thriller. How are you feeling with that so far?
So far, so good. I pretty much filled all my fingers.
Okay. Do you want to put maybe one thing in the palm for each hand, and then we can maybe kind of talk about it a little bit?
Yeah.
Maybe next week you can do it too.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, trying to think of other coping strategies. Well, I guess I could paint more. Maybe?
Okay. Yeah, I love that idea. Maybe what's something else you've been doing with your hands? Or what's something really big that you want to let go of? Maybe something physical that you can hold on to.
Well, I talked to my husband about getting rid of the baby clothes.
Okay.
And of course he doesn't want to because he's thinking we're gonna have a kid soon.
Do you feel like even if you did have a child soon, that you'd still want to get rid of those clothes and start new?
No, I guess not.
Okay.
But I feel that there was a teddy bear that I was hoping to give my baby, and I kind of already, in a sense, tagged it for that baby, and I'm wondering, instead of holding on to that teddy bear for if we do have a child, for them, because I feel like that's not necessarily for them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So let me just make sure I understand what you're saying. Is that you don't want to give that your next future child that teddy bear because you feel like it's for your current one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. Maybe we can find a good place to put it. That way, we're not getting rid of it, but we're just making sure it's living a good life.
Yeah, that would be good.
Ooh, okay?
Actually, yeah, I don't know. I'm coming up with this call. Oh, I'm gonna drink some more water.
Yeah,
I would.
that's fine.
We could. I guess the teddy bear. At the. Well, we kind of have like a headstone for them.
Okay,
Yeah.
for them, the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great to put it out there. Let them enjoy it. I think that would be a fantastic idea. I think your husband might like that idea too.
Yeah.
Now, do you mind if I take a look? Are you
Oh,
all
no,
set?
no.
Okay.
I'm all set. Yeah.
So, I'm going to look at the hand that we want to let go of first because I want to end on a good note today with things that we're trying to obtain. So, it looks like you're definitely going to try to quit smoking. And I also I don't think this was intentional, but it looks like it's in a different color.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a really good thing because it brings attention to the fact that I think it's really important for your self-care that we get rid of that. I see Winston and Lola Hazel were those names we were thinking of. Yeah. Now, do you feel like those names you kind of want to let go of, even if when you get pregnant again? Do you think that those are names that you would like to keep for your first child, and when you get pregnant again, you would choose different names?
I think I would choose different names.
Okay, so I think that's great.
Do you think it's weird that I would probably consider waiting to full term?
No, not at all. I think that that's part of the grieving process and the fear when we, try again. Some parents like to wait and just to be sure. And it's okay if at some point you might realize, let's at least talk about it. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, I also see that you want to get rid of your depression. So I have to be honest with you, Holly. What you're feeling right now is similar to postpartum because you still have all those emotions. And, sometimes depression is lifelong. And those are things that, we can't let it go, but we can learn how to cope with it. And so that way it gets easier, okay? I know that that's really tough.
Yeah.
And I do also want to be honest with you, Holly, that when you get pregnant again, because you have postpartum this time, and again, it's similar, not quite, but there's a good chance that you are going to develop postpartum again. So when you do get pregnant, we'll kind of process that. And I think it'll be good if your husband comes in. Maybe we can do a safety plan on how to make sure we're, working best with you so your needs are met, okay? Not taking yourself. Yes. Oh my goodness.
That was a loud one.
That was really loud. Not taking care of yourself. So I think that's a really big one to let go of. We need to make sure you're taking care of you, one, because you're never going to feel better from your depression if you're not taking care of you. If you're not in your best state of mind, then you're definitely not going to be able to want to get pregnant, let alone be able to get pregnant. They say stress is not good for the body. And you just want to take care of yourself because you want to be your best version of yourself. It's nothing worse than feeling like you're not your best self. Yes. So I think your self-care plan.
I feel like I've been losing myself. So.
Yeah, that's got to be really tough for you. We're going to help you find yourself. Don't worry. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to happen today, but...
Not overnight. No.
Yeah, we're going to take steps there. All right. Things we want to obtain. I think we're almost done. So we'll start with, you want to repair your marriage. So you're feeling like your marriage is broken. Do you think that that's because of this miscarriage?
Yeah, I think we're not, speaking to you today, I feel like maybe we're not really seeing eye to eye and our feelings and what we want, and we need to be on the same page.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that that's really powerful that you can recognize that. I think a lot of people come in here and they can't. So maybe, like I said, invite them next week and we can kind of, maybe we can do one of these with each other, but maybe we can also just sit down and look at, why is seems like he's feeling differently than you about the situation. And maybe he's not, and he's just showing it differently. So I think we should bring him in and chat with him. Does that sound cool?
That sounds good.
All right. We want to get joy back in our life, and I see travel.
Yeah.
I want to include those things together because I feel like it's hard to travel and not feel joy.
Yeah, we always love traveling, and
Yeah. Where have you been? Where have you gone?
We've been to Hawaii, we've been to Japan, we've been to Australia.
Wow.
So we have a few other places we want to go to, but when we're thinking baby time, we're thinking we're probably not going to be able to travel.
Well, they say with one, it's a lot easier than with two. So maybe once you have the one, you might want to cap off. Maybe you guys can take a trip before you start trying again.
That would be cool.
Yeah, nice little
Yeah.
vacation. I think you might need it mentally and physically. Yeah. Well, again,
We'll have to talk to him
yeah,
about
more
that.
things we talk to him about next week. He's gonna come in and we're gonna be like, listen, man, we have a game plan. And some coping skills you want to try are meditate and to paint more.
Yes.
All right. So I think those are really great. We put them on your self-care plan that you're gonna hang up on the fridge. So I think definitely to try them. You can hang this on the fridge. You don't have to. And I have put smoking on there. You're not quite ready to tell your husband.
I think it needs to.
You need to put it out there.
Yeah. I need to be honest with them. If I want to repair this marriage, I have to start with that, and because I know he knows. So at least I'll put it out there.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. There's no harm in doing it. It's not like he's gonna be like, "What? You're smoking?" and then run off. He's gonna be like, "What? You're smoking? Well, how do we get that to stop?" So at least then you have another person in your corner helping you out with that.
Yeah, he helped me before, so.
Oh, he helped you the first time?
Yeah.
Awesome. It sounds like he's a really good support for you, Holly.
Yeah, he is.
I can't wait to meet him. He sounds like a great guy.
Aw,
Do you
I can't
think he'd
wait
be
to
willing to come in?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So as for the teddy bear, I'm going to let you do that when you're ready. And when you're ready to talk about it. But I do think it might be good to bring it up to your husband, whether that be this week or next week when he comes in. You just kind of let me know, give me a call later on this week. Let me know if you got around to it, and if not, I'll make sure to casually bring it up in our session with him, so that way you feel a little bit more comfortable.
It's going to be hard. He's going to see teddy bear on there, and he will ask me to hang it on the fridge, so I'm thinking, I wasn't thinking I was going to mention it to him yet, but I'll mention it to him, and then maybe I won't talk about how I'm going to get rid of it yet. I don't know how he would feel if I put anything.
That's okay. You know, he might have different feelings, but that's why you're coming in next week, so we can
Yeah.
talk about it.
Maybe it'll be different when he's here and talking with, that might be better.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really good idea. So, before you leave today, I just want to do a check-in. How are we feeling right now?
I'm feeling really good. I'm glad I got out of the house. I'm glad I came to the
I'm really glad you came. And you're definitely going to go to the grief session later?
Yes,
with all the people. I think that's going to be really good for you, Holly. I think you're going to make, I don't want to call them friends, but by the time you leave, it kind of feels like friends.
Yeah.
So I think it would be good for you to have those connections. You might even meet other moms in there who have lost children. But before you leave today, you don't have to, but I thought that we could try. I want you to give me 3 I statements. So if, for example, if I were to do it, I am smart, I am kind, I am thankful for my home. Give me 3 I statements, but then if you can, I would also really like it if you could finish it off with, this was not my fault. I know it's going to be hard. If you can't, that's okay. I'm not going to be upset either, and we'll try again next week, all right? So give me 3 things that you are this week. And that are positive. I don't want any negative voices in here.
Glad you said it before I started talking. Okay. I am strong.
Yes, you are. You've been through a lot.
I am sweet.
Absolutely.
And I am thankful for the family I have.
Good. I'm really glad that you are. Do you think you can take a swing at telling me what those doctor's reports said about you, Holly? And your circumstances?
So this miscarriage was not my fault.
That's right. How does that feel to say out loud?
Like I'm lying to myself, kind of.
Yeah? Why is that?
I think because every time I would hear the doctors and you even say, and my husband, that it's not my fault, I'm like, this is my fault.
Or it just feels a little bit untrue?
And plus, this is the first time he's saying it.
Maybe if we say it some more, and you don't have to say it every day. It's not like you have to make it your mantra, but maybe next week we try again and see how we feel about it, okay?
Yeah.
All right?
Should I try it again?
Yeah, absolutely. If you feel comfortable doing that.
It's not my fault that I had a miscarriage. I me falling, it wasn't my fault. The genetic problem isn't my fault. It's just not my fault.
No, it's not. You are so strong for being able to say that. I'm really proud of you. You've come a long way in this 5 weeks because last 4 weeks, every time we talked about it, you were like, I'm not ready. I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
And you headed out the door. So I'm really glad you did. Do you feel a little bit better after saying it the second time?
Yeah, I feel a little bit better, and I feel good actually thinking I'm heading to the meeting.
Good. I'm glad. Maybe at the meeting, if you can try saying it again out loud to those people too. Because it might help somebody else there.
Yeah. Now that you say it like that, okay. Hard not to say it now.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming in, Holly. I'll see you next week, okay?
Sounds good.